Hello, my name is Kiriath, and today we're just going to do a quick little look at a couple of things because they've sneakily, Games Workshop, snuck in. I've really overemphasised the sneaking part of this now, but I feel like I've got to continue with it. Look, it's 9:15. I've spent the day looking after my ill 5-year-old and my hyper 3-year-old. My brain is not functioning. It's not great. They have managed to get an Ossiarch Bonereaper model on the community site under the guise of Underworlds or something. And you know what? I think it might be my favourite Ossiarch Bonereaper model they've done. They snuck it in there. They got it in there under the Diachasm banner. I wasn't expecting it. And yet, here we are. And not only that, but we've also got something else to discuss as well. What is this? What is this absolute majesty we see before us? Well, that looks like a Sisters of Battle tank, doesn't it? We'll get to that in a moment, though, because firstly, we've got this fella, okay? So, Underworld is in its 4th season. We've already had Kagra's Ravagers, and then there's the Starblood Stalkers, the Crimson Court, and Head Rackers and Mad Mob. We've seen all of them. But the next warband, it's Ossiarch Bonereapers, and it's this lad. So this is Kainan, Mir Kainan. The first time I read that, right there, I really thought it said Mr. Kainan. And I was like, is that his actual title? Because that's naff. You can't just call him Mr. Kainan. No, it's Mir Kainan. So it's fine. My inability to read for a second though really put a dampener on this particular model. But look at this. Look at it. That is a really, really nice model. I really like this. I think this might be my new favourite Ossiarch Bonereaper model. It's imposing. It's tall. I like the flesh cloak there. Is it a cloak if it's just round the waist? What is that called? It's not a tabard because that goes over your front and your back, doesn't it? Skirt? It's not a skirt though. It's got a massive gap down the front. Well, I suppose a skirt could have that. The flesh garment, sure, why not? Is really nicely done. I like that a lot. The way the kind of armour plates join into the pelvis area looks really cool. You've got like jaw bones at the hips, which looks awesome. The axe is really nice. Yeah, I really like this. The head as well. That is menacing. I would describe that genuinely as a nightmarish head. You've got this weird, almost crest-like appearance with the bone that comes up from the top of the skull, branches out. You've got the teeth on the top. The lack of mouth, instead having that vertical split, which almost seems to continue up into the crack in the forehead. I love it. That's a really, really cool look. I really like that. I think there is another couple of Bonereaper heads that have got a similar sort of feel to them, but I don't know. I think that head combined with that body is just right. That sounds like I'm going to try and pick him up at a bar, which is not what I'm going for with this, but yeah, I just really, really like that. I'd like to know the specific kind of the meaning of those things on the necklace and at the waist as well. There's like trophies, I guess. Are they like a marker of rank, or are they a marker of how many people you've murdered? Like, is one of those worth 100 souls or something? I don't know. Either way, I do quite like it. It's maybe a little bit cluttered at the top there with those there, but then again, it kind of adds an extra sort of layer of personality to it. It makes it stand out a little bit more. The kind of asymmetry of the shoulder pads as well, where one seems to just be bone, the other one has that kind of segmented armour look, is really cool. Yeah, I really like this. I really like this model. I genuinely think this is my favourite Ossiarch Bonereaper model they've done, by quite some margin at that. Now, I believe they've said, so that's a Mortizan Executioner. I mean, the Executioner is pretty self-evident. Are we going to be seeing the rest of them? And as you might expect from someone who carries such a big axe, he's pretty handy in a fight. But who'll be joining the Reapers as the final warband of Season 4? I mean, it looks like a flying squig type thing, sort of. That's what it looks like to me, anyway. I could be totally off with that, but wait, what is that symbol? I don't know what the symbols are. I don't know what the symbols mean in Age of Sigmar. Oh no, I'd have to go away and look it up. I'm not doing that now. I have not got the mental fortitude for that at the moment. So we'll be showing off Kainan's Reapers in full. Okay, this weekend. Nice. Awesome. Okay, so we'll get to see the rest of the warband. Honestly, really like that. Looks super cool, super good. Yeah, all in favour. Now, this thing, this Sisters of Battle tank, which I'm assuming that's what it is. It would be weird if it wasn't. So you've got like a platform up there with the kind of fleur-de-lis symbols, which I always think I've mispronounced, but then it turns out I haven't. What looks like a sororitas gunner in a turret there. Kind of difficult to make out what gun that is. The scale's a bit weird because it's all in shadow. Although to me that looks more kind of heavy bolter than anything else. I did think initially maybe storm bolter, but I don't think it's a storm bolter. I think it's a bit too big for that. Because even the storm bolters on vehicles tend to be like, they're just hatch weapons, so they tend to be the same size as your standard held by a Terminator, usually storm bolter. So I would guess that it's bigger than that, and it doesn't look like a flame weapon. It looks pretty sizable though. It looks pretty sizable. It's a bit difficult to work out. I don't know whether that's one vehicle or two. I suspect it might be two. So where you've got the Sister of Battle up the top in that turret, you can see the hatches open, holding a gun. Then behind it, it looks like there's some sort of pulpit thing going on. Maybe a repressor? Maybe a redesigned repressor, possibly? No, I think maybe it's a bit too big for that. It's pretty tall, whatever it is. We can see the tracks down the bottom there. Like, if you look down bottom, like, screen left, it's almost like a 3-tiered thing, where you've got the tracks, then you've got, like, part of the chassis, and then you've got this kind of turret pulpit almost section on the top. I did think maybe it's two vehicles, so you've got like a repressor style one and then something else on the, like, just behind it, but it might all be the same vehicle. See, it could be that kind of that brazier there could be on like the front of the tank, and because they've hidden it behind a bunch of stuff, like we've got the silhouette vaguely, but all of the detail has been wiped out in the foreground. It could be that is actually all part of the same vehicle. Although, that's tricky. That's difficult, because that would be pretty sizable. If that was the case, that would be pretty sizable. Like, that's a weird silhouette to try and decipher. It also depends on what direction it's facing. I mean, it's got to be pointing. So the Sister of Battle, I reckon, is... Yeah, she's pointing, like, down screen right. So it's a weird shape. But then again, it's obviously supposed to get you thinking and not actually give anything away, really, because of the way they've done it. It looks pretty big, though. It looks kind of sizable. I'm tempted to go out on a limb and say that's not a Rhino chassis for a start. I don't reckon that's a Rhino chassis, because if it was, the tracks would go up at more of an angle at the back instead of this kind of stepped approach that we've got. Then again, I don't know. No, maybe I'm going a bit far there, because actually it could all just be hidden. The tracks could go up in your kind of, your Rhino shape, but we've got nothing in the foreground. It's covered by that kind of carved sort of decoration thing. Oh, tricky. I'm interested though. I'm excited to see what they do. I mean, the Repressor is a really cool vehicle, and as far as I know, it's out of production at Forge World. I don't think you can buy it anymore. It'd be nice to have an actual version of that you could just get. That would be nice. But would they redo the Repressor, or would they just give them something a bit different? And could this... I mean, this might be more of like an actual mainline battle tank type thing. I mean, they've already got the Exorcist, the Immolator. They've already got Rhinos to get around in. It could be like... not like a Repulsor equivalent necessarily, because I don't think it's going to be hover. In fact, looking down there, I don't think it is hover, although I could be wrong, but I don't think it's going to be a hover vehicle. Although that would kind of make... now I'm looking at the tracks going, okay, is that actually tracks? I think it is. Oh, I'm actually more excited about this than I thought I was. I was like, yeah, it's a silhouette, it's fine, whatever. I want to know what this is now. I'm trying to decipher it, and it's so difficult, because it's just a silhouette, which is obviously the point, but still, give me the goods. I'll have to wait. Not long. 4 days. It's not that bad. Could be worse. But yeah. Interesting. If you've got any ideas, any theories, leave them in the comments down below. Let's see if we can decipher this before we get to see the full thing. We probably won't, but wouldn't it be cool if we got close? So yeah, put your thoughts in the comments down below. As soon as this uploads, I'm going to bed. I'm absolutely fucking knackered. Christ. Thank you very much for watching this rather late upload. I hope you're having a lovely evening. If you're somewhere where it's not evening, then I hope whatever time of day it is also good for you. Feel free to click all the things, Patreon, video subscribe, all that stuff. Click it if you like, don't click it if you don't want to. And as always, there's an affiliate link in the description for Element Games, which you can use to support the channel if you would like. I leave it in your capable hands. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.